Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Dragon Force 2. We're at part 21, and I skipped ahead a little bit just to speed things up. We have Gangas and a couple of support buddies on their way to the Seal Tower to unlock the next bit of story. Gonna let them stay the course. In the meantime, we're gonna jump back up here, keep the action going. This castle is full of people, so we want to push them forward. And he could use a little bit more, so we will give him a little bit more. Somebody is not coming along, so who's sitting this one out? I suppose, you know, he just saw some action, so let me take some of those down. Just to get him up to full, we will be using him. That's good for right now. Bartz will be leading this division, headed by Santiago, Alcina. Shin is level 12, so maybe not. Avis is level 15, he's got a Sonic Wave. Very happy about that, so he can sit this out. And we'll take these two, they haven't seen a lot of action lately. And deploy. No. Go. So, you can enter now. And if you need troops, we have a few. You don't. That's good. So he can get his back. And almost a full. So what we want to do is send out 5 more. This group will be led by Shin with Ava, Stefano, Marcus, and Gonzalez. Close away, you're in charge of holding the fort down. Couldn't put it in more capable hands. And Kinsera we want to move as well. In anticipation of occupying this castle, he can just go straight there. Opai is accompanied by people I'm not really using at the moment, so we will actually move them into Hara. Take Kozaway, who I would prefer to keep using, and we will move her there as well. And back to Gangas, put it on fast, speed things up. And before that happens, we have this. We'll try to keep all these fights in at regular speed. And the heat of battle is calling to Bartz. And to respond to that call is Ugol's division in Moon Palace. First up to bat is Anita, who is also originally from Bozak. Now, I've tested this before. She doesn't really have story or dialogue with any of the main generals of Bozak, which is kind of disappointing. You'd think, you know, she would know some of them, but again, you know, it's a whole nation. Don't expect everybody to know everybody. So, we will send somebody who won't have any troubles. That would be Fiorina. Should be an easy one for her. Anita is promising to bring the pain. The catch is, she didn't say who was going to be the recipient of said pain. Got a feeling it's going to be her. So we have 7 MP, Chimera, and Horseback. I think we got this, guys. I think we got this. They both happen to be strong against beasts, so I'm not even going to defend. We're just going to march on forward. And we'll just take them out along the way. We want to focus on her, though. Just end this fight, make it merciful. And for fun, I don't need to use this, but just to show it off. Want to see if we can get over 100 troops with this, because that's the fun of Charm. But it's not proving too effective. See, the fun thing about Charm is with that spell, it's possible to have over 100 troops on your side at one time. And before that, it was not possible, and it's the only way to really make that possible. So, in a really tough fight, you can have a lot of fun with that. I think the most I ever had was 114 troops, something like that, but I don't use the spell that much, so... advance. Attack, actually. And while they're getting ready to do that, we're going to throw this out. Probably should use one of these in the first place, but... you know, I want to sample the whole plate here. Or as much of the plate as possible, you know. I like my broccoli, I like my Brussels sprouts, but, you know, kind of pay attention to that asparagus too. Pay attention to that corn in the corner, you know. I want to eat all the good stuff. But really, some people would argue that corn's really not that good for you, but this is not the time for a diet, health, and nutrition talk. It's really not. So, we are working her down pretty bad. You can barely see her. That mob of people that have just swarmed her like locusts. And if she was smart, she'd run away, but she's got a bit of an ego, so she's going to work it down to the very last drop. And you gonna run, Anita? Come on. You still got legs? You know how to use them? No? Oh, okay, well, there's your decision. Not complaining makes things easier for us. She's not the brightest bulb in the chandelier, is she? But that just made this go a lot faster, so I'm all very, very thankful. Frederick, starting general for Rennie, not that strong. Not that strong. Kind of like Shu, you really gotta baby him and work him up a bit. So we want to give Bart some more experience. This should be an easy one for him. Not to make it sound like Bart's is really inadequate or really needs the extra help. He doesn't, but his biggest handicap at the moment is the fact that I've switched out all his troops, so the ones I've given him while strong are few in number. See, he's only got a few dragons. But a few battles, fewer wars, and that won't be a problem at all. Put the archers up front. Couldn't have said it better. We'll send them out first. And we will spread the ranks. Increase their efficiency. By doing so, I like to think dragons can do the same. And just wait until we got enough space between us. Now I can advance my dragons. Archers can attack. And we will throw out... Oh, that's why I'm using him. I forgot. He doesn't have a directly offensive ability until level 15, so we want to get him to level 15 as soon as possible. That's my current goal. And history shows that we're pretty good about that. Let the record show. I mean, we got Kozue to level 10, we got Bender. I think we got Bender to level 10. If not, he's close. Marcus, we stick by our people. We stand by our folks. So I think that's why we do so well. We have the people on our side, and that makes all the difference. But Bartz is in the red, which leads me to believe that I shouldn't have done what I did. And see, the problem is his flying troops. See, I wasn't paying enough attention to what he had. I should have left my archers back to take out the falcons very easily. And actually, the dragons would have done well too. So because of that, I've put Bartz in a position where he might have to retreat. And that's unfortunate because there's no reason why I should have lost this fight. So that's the problem with poor tactics. Yeah, gotta retreat. It's sad. Not like he would die, but again, I don't want to deal with the inconvenience of having to wait for him to recover or using an herb on him. And now Augusto's up. Maria wants to go. I'm fine with that. Now this time I'll actually pay attention to the troops that I'm up against and plan accordingly. It's probably using, Birdmen. Rennie's generals tend to have Birdmen or Falcons, which is why they're so powerful in the beginning of the game to start off with. Yeah, he's pretty serious. He's no joke. So Augusto, and he's probably much older than he appears even. Because, being an elf man, I imagine that he ages much slower than a human. Or a beast person. And since the horseback cannot attack the bird units, I'm going to send them forward so they don't get picked off, hopefully. My birdmen can stay here to defend. Even with the open formation to spread things out a bit again, they tend to be more effective that way when they're not all bunched up like crabs in a barrel. I'd say he's the equivalent of Maria for Rennie's story, just in terms of, general utility, strength, usefulness. Attack, please. What does she have? She has Carnivore, but it costs 4. I don't know if I've shown it off yet, so I will use it. Good damage there. If I manage to do another one, it will either put him to a sliver or it'll just take him out altogether. So, in the meantime, okay, I don't remember ordering them. Oh, I ordered all, I think. Well, that's fine. Unlike Bart, she's in a good position. And I'm actually going to hold out a little bit, try to finish him off with that. Oh, she's only got 6 MP total, so I can't use that again just yet. See, you gotta pay attention to your resources before you plan. It helps to bring those plans to fruition and all. He might be done. This might do it. Let's take a chance. Let's take a chance. Yes. The power of chance. has ended another old man. But he will be back, stronger, faster, and better than he ever was before, for more. So Augusto's been captured. And up next is Eduardo, and he's strong as well, another starting general, so we don't want to underestimate him. We're going to send out somebody strong. Oh, I want to show how good Ghost can be against flying units, so we're going to do this. I think Santiago will be okay. This is going to be a fun fight. Let me try to not do something dumb by not paying attention. Stay tuned. Bandits, they're pretty much intangible, so. And he's pretty old too. Yeah, a lot of our fighters have been around for a while. It's like a lot of veterans being led by this very young and inexperienced queen, so go figure. And Eduardo actually doesn't care much for Remy in command, and in her story you'll see that left and right over and over. He really would prefer somebody else in charge, and he's quite vocal about it. They're going to stay back and defend. The bandits are just going to attack and probably get themselves killed in the process. And here we're up against, as you can see, the alpha version of Hulk Hogan looks like. Because every video game has to have an equivalent of Hulk Hogan, it seems. At least with the RPGs that I've played. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe he just has one of those faces that's, you know, common. But anyway, look at the ghosts here. Just ripping up the Birdman. And they can take a hit pretty well too for a ghost, you know. I mean, they can't have them being invincible, you know, which would kind of make sense since they're apparitions, but, you know, next best thing, they're pretty sturdy. And you know how strong the Birdmen are. You've seen how effective they've been so far for me. And look at how we're just picking them off. So, at this point, we can just move forward with everybody. Yeah. Santiago, no slouch himself. And I fully expect him to run away from this fight, but that's okay. He has no troops left, so he knows, you know, it's an uphill climb for him to say the least. And they're no dummies. You know, speaking of Hulk Hogan, you know, this is going to date the video, but he's been in the news lately, I think. Got in some trouble over something he said or emailed or something, apparently. I don't know the details. Maybe it was a phone conversation, but, you know, I don't really get involved in the National Enquirer side of the media and things like that because, first of all, you know, when it's news dealing with another person's personal life, I feel like to a degree it's not really it's not my business, to be honest. And two, you never know how much of it is true or false or embellished or exaggerated, you know. And three, sometimes I feel like that stuff is just a big distraction. I mean, it's, you know, it's just, it kills productivity. I mean, we could be doing other things with our lives all the time that we spend worrying about what such and such is doing, what they said, who they're doing what with, and, you know, how many children they have, who they're divorced, you know, and just, it's their lives. Like, can they, you know, can they live? Can I live? Can you live? Can they live? Okay, let me pay attention real quick. He's got 16 Falcons. You know what? Santiago, I think I can eke this one out. I think so. I think I can squeak on by. I got just enough grease in the can. I think I can just scoot on through. We'll see. Mostly because ghosts are so effective against flying units. That's why I'm being a little bold. And I'm in full health and he's not, so that's an advantage. But he does have 3 MP, so he can still throw a skill my way. But anyway, you know, some folks were giving Hulk Hogan slack apparently. I don't know what he said. Like I said, I didn't read the story or hear about it. I just caught bits and pieces. Apparently whatever he said was racist, if that even means anything anymore. I mean, that word just gets thrown around so much now, you know. And there's legitimate stuff that goes on in the world that's unjust that could be classified as racism. But nowadays, a lot of stuff is just, you know, there's a difference between racism and just somebody being ignorant or prejudiced or closed-minded or shallow or mean-spirited. You know, there's a variety of things that I think all get lumped under racism, and it's not always the case. So, you know, even if he did say something that could be construed as racist, I mean, I really don't care. I mean, first of all, you know, a lot of people say a lot of things. And I actually don't like the fact that everything is so PC nowadays. I mean, we live in a world climate where you can't really say anything anymore without getting in trouble. And I've always thought it was so crazy how, you know, come on, ghosts. Come on, ghosts. Oh, it didn't do it. Thank you. Thank you, ghosts. Now you can just move on through. And we're going to go to a duel, I'm thinking. Santiago should have the edge, but Frederick might surprise me, which will annoy me to no end. But you know, it always amazes me how many people over the last decade or so have gotten fired from a job, a media job, because of something they said that offended some people. And I guess to an extent it makes sense because they're dealing with the media, so obviously public opinion is a big part of your job. And anything you do to, you know, wait, hold on a sec, let me see what happens here. Exciting. Yeah, the Santiago's pretty strong, so ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die. But you won't die, Frederick, thankfully, so cheer up, guy. Just gonna put you in a holding cell, along with the rest of your people. Cooperate and you shall be released. Okay, last we have Ugol, who does have story dialogue with some of my people. I think she has story dialogue with her. Gonzalez I don't have in this group. I know she says something with him and Gangas too, so it'll be her. Yeah, 5 years ago. And touche, this is war. Comes with the territory. But you know, I don't know, how do you guys feel about that? I mean, you know, I don't feel like someone should be penalized so severely for just something they said, because I'm one of those people. I come from the sticks and stones camp. I mean, it's nice when people have pleasant things to say about people, but you know, sometimes people are, you know, going to be a little bit harsher with their words, or a little bit more, you know, even malicious with their words. But at the end of the day, you have to remember they're just words, and words can only hurt you as much as you internalize the words, you know? And different people mean different things by different words. So, you know, I don't care so much about words. To me, actions speak louder. So I'm more concerned with what the person does on a consistent basis, more so than something they said. And I think about things like, you know, the person who got fired, do they have a family? Do they have children that they need to provide for? And so what if they're ignorant, stuck up, shallow bastard? Maybe they are, you know? Maybe they say things like that all the time about people, you know? Maybe they're, you know, maybe they live in a closet, you know, and they don't interact with the outside world enough, and they don't realize that it's a world composed of all kinds of people. And just because somebody looks different or thinks different or acts different, maybe they're still worthy of respect just like you, you know? All these things could be true. Maybe this person is just a jerk. But even so, if they have a family, if they have children to support, you know, I think that that's a little important too. And at the end of the day, whoever they insulted, I'd like to think it's tough enough where they'll survive a little verbal insult. I like to think. Uh-oh, Fiorina, can you do it? Can you survive these guys? Please. Yes, that was close. My little tank. But, you know, and that's just how I look at it. I'm just very practical about things like that, you know. I don't internalize it emotionally so much. Unfortunately, yeah, we can't, no. Not that bold. Yes, I'm running away. Got a problem with that? You guys have done it enough this playthrough. And to finish up, he's probably already gotten a lot of experience. Well, not really, but he is going to level up. So we haven't used her. We will use her. Even though she'll probably run away straight on. We'll try anyway. I'd like to get her to level 10. Either way, this fight will go really fast. But yeah, that's my whole spiel about it. My little rant or tirade. My unangry tirade, if you will. I just, you know, I don't think people should be held so accountable for the words. I mean, don't get me wrong, you should be held accountable for your words as well as your actions, but only to an extent, only to a degree. I think some punishments are too severe. I think some people are ostracized for things that many people do every day, but just because they're a celebrity or they're in the news or their face is on a screen or their name is well known, all of a sudden they're being held to a higher standard. And I don't know, I just say hold everybody to a high standard, you know, starting with yourself. Treat everybody with decency and respect to the best of your ability. Doesn't mean you have to like everybody or get along with everybody or agree with everybody, but you know, you can disagree with somebody or not like somebody even, and still respect them and get respect. It happens all the time, trust me. So yeah, you know, I really don't care one way or another about Hulk Hogan. I just, you know, I treat him like everybody else. So without ever having a conversation with the guy personally, without talking to him, hearing his side of things, you know, I just say live and let, you know. But again, I don't know what he said. Maybe he said something really terrible, and everybody who's heard what he said is thinking like, man, you don't know. But still, I stand by what I'm saying. I doubt it was that terrible, you know. Besides, not like he's marrying my daughter. Well, I don't have a daughter, but, you know. Okay, she's not running away straight away, which is a surprise. She's just going to be a pain and drag this out unnecessarily, knowing that she's not going to stick around. But then again, Anita did, so maybe she will too. I don't know. We'll try it. I don't think this will do it. She's pretty tough. But it might, and if it does, that's great. And if not, oh well, keep on going. Nope, keep on going it is. Come on, one more hit. Yeah. Alright, so she's a little bit more alert than Anita was, but she was still captured. And that's that. So we've got enough time for the little bit of story dialogue, and this video will be just about wrapped up, I think. Maybe we can fit one more fight in there. Santiago got some MP. That was a nice surprise. Maria, more defense. Same for Fiorina. And who is running away? Eduardo. And you know what? Hold that thought.
ティリス女王、やっとお会いできました。この人がティリスっていう。
Sure ain't Juno.
確かにティリス女王。しかしこれはどうしたことだ。
これは結界。お待ちください。このペンダントを使えば、あるいはこのペンダントはハイランドに古くから伝わるもの。ティリス女王とハイランド王ウェイン様の婚儀の時、ムーンパレスから贈られたものと聞いています。
ティリス女王とは因縁深きペンダント。これを女王の近くに持っていけば、あるいはと思うのです。
そうか。よし、試してみよう。
はい。
結界は消えた。でもまだ目覚めない。
月のペンダントでは結界を除去するのが精一杯のようです。
ティリスが目覚めなければ何もわからねえんだぜ。どうすれば彼女が目覚めるか、私にも。よし、とにかく城に運ぼうぜ。
And just like that, we now have Terrace under our care, but she's incapacitated, unconscious, in a coma, whatever you want to call it. Oh, I want to jump back up here real fast before I get carried away with that. We want to recruit, and we're going to send some people out in just a bit. Try to take on one more. Yeah, Santiago just got some action. He can sit this out, I think. Let someone else have some fun. And restock her. And everybody's looking good. Go ahead and give you some then. Deploy him. And who? Okay, just him. Temporarily, we will move you here. Kinsera. That's who I want to deal with. Okay, now we've got 10 and everybody that we wanted. So we're going to deploy, again, Bart's to keep him fighting. Oh, wait. Guess Kinsera wasn't there yet. No, he wasn't. Ah. Caster deploy. Here we go. Can deploy Bart's, Kinsera, Valshina, Shin, and I just kind of want to use Gonzalez for some reason. I feel like I haven't used him enough lately. And they're gonna go straight there. And you can come right back here, as well as you. Unfortunately, I don't want to move on that castle just yet because that's where Rennie is, and I don't want to take that without Gangas being in my group. So they're going to lead the charge there. While that's going on, we're going to send 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, she's already level 16, so But I think she gets one more skill, so yeah, we want to keep her fighting. Maria can sit this one out. Someone's got to stay back, fortunately. And very quickly, jump back to Gangas. And we're going to move them. Now, if you're wondering why I'm sending him here just to go up here and not going northeast and then swooping around, it's because I'm going to run into Tristan. We don't want that. Alright, so really quickly, just going to speed through this. You know, hopefully we get some good stuff. There might be more story here too, so I might just have to wait till the next video before I go into another battle.
どうしたことじゃ。女王は目を覚まさないのか。
ゆっくりとですが呼吸もしています。術者が術を施そうとしましたがダメでした。
目が開かないです。悲しいです。うるうる。女王、空っぽだ。
話抜けなのか。
魂じゃと。
ああ、女王の心は空っぽだそう。
ブレストの親父よ、なんとかならないか。
アレスでな。生まれ故郷であれば。あるいは。
ガンガス様、レニ女王に相談してはどうでしょうか。
And I forgot about that bit of dialogue, but that's pretty much why I wanted to hold off engaging Rennie until Gangas was with us. So story just gave me another reason to do that. Okay, so an item was forged. Guess what we got, guys? We got a death claw. A dangerous claw said to deal death to foes. Raises attack strength. MP +1, strength +50, defense +2. The only negative to this weapon, and it's not really a negative, but the only thing that doesn't make it the best weapon, besides the fact that only beasts can use it, it doesn't increase charge rate like a lot of the best weapons in the game. But strength +50, no weapon gives that much strength. So naturally, guess who we're giving it to? And by the way, 127 is the max stat you can get for strength, so yeah. He's not going any higher on that, and that's okay. It just means that nobody he fights is going to be stronger than him either, so really quick, to keep within 30 minutes, I have a little bit of time to do a little bit. Recreate, what can we make again? We can make falcons, dragons, airbots, iron claw. You know what? I'm gonna cool it on the claws for a moment. I want to try to make some swords for our sword users. Do I have a longsword? I do. Do I have copper ore? I do. And you know what? I think it's power crystal. I'm gonna pause just to make sure I remembered how to make this. Just a moment, please. Okay, so it was a power crystal. This will take 3 weeks. Now I'm at the point where I just want to focus on making weapons for my characters. So now that we've got the best claw, we can move on to swords. Next I'll probably do bows or rapiers or katanas. Maybe hold off on those because we don't really have a lot of katana users just yet. And what do we have here? We can use defense book, another one of those. Who could use a defense that doesn't already have something better? No, you're keeping that. Santiago, he's got something for build probably, so we'll keep him on that. Gonzalez, that'll give him more defense, which is good. Magic Tome, I'll save that. I should forge that actually, so I think I'll do that next time. Hold off on the weapons temporarily. Divine Robe. You all have a Divine Robe. And I can't afford better clothes for you, it looks like. You know what, for the time being, I'm just going to give that to Elena. I'll forge it later, but right now, it's kind of at the bottom of the to-do list, so better that somebody's getting use out of it. The rest of these weapons, yeah. I think everything else there is fine. Awards, we do want to do that. And who has earned them, first off? Give you more ghosts, that's fine. You know, I guess I'll make some zombies just to compliment a couple people. Because zombies by themselves aren't that noteworthy. But, oh, you get another one? Okay. But paired with ghosts, they can be pretty decent. So, as long as you're not fighting troops that they're really weak against. She didn't need an award, but she earned it. Yeah, she doesn't need one either, so. Hate to be that kind of guy, but got some more good crests here. I think I will save them for the time being. We're going to save our game and call it a day. And I think we're safe to finally update our save files. I can clean out some of these other ones. I think we're doing okay right now as far as the recording. I'm still watching it, still testing for the best codec. So again, this LP is just going to be an experiment. Moving forward after this one, I think I'll be pretty good to go. So everybody, this has been part 21. We've just reclaimed Terrace. Hopefully we can figure out how to wake her up. In the meantime, thanks for watching and see you soon.